Hello to everyone in the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral community and all of our friends. This is Father Jonathan. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to continue our series on the lives of the saints. And on this, the 1st of July, we celebrate the memory of Saint Constantine the Miracle Worker. The name Constantine the Miracle Worker implies that a man named Constantine became a saint working a string of miracles in his lifetime, of course. But the miracles worked by this Constantine were not temporal when he walked the earth for the Savior, but rather were spiritual, evinced only after he had departed this earth. His life was a miracle in a sense that he, like so many other saints, worked the will of God until he was put to death. But unlike other saints, he did it in a highly dramatic fashion. When compared to the quiet devotion of saints who have been less sensational but equally important in the service of Jesus Christ. There have been men of the Church who could call forth an enthusiastic body of people to work for the salvation. But Constantine accomplished his pledge to serve Christ in a manner that served with an idea shared by many, adding an innovation that marks him for all time as a saint unique among saints. The common idea was simply that for the Christian, there is no greater shrine than the tomb of Christ. Although pilgrimages to the Savior's tomb had been made by countless thousands prior to the time of the 4th century Constantine, he carried the idea to a somewhat grander scale than a round-trip journey to Jerusalem. Constantine envisioned the Holy Sepulchre not only as a shrine, but as the focal point from where best to assert and perpetuate the Christian faith. The site was not for taking up vigil, but for literally taking the Spirit of Jesus Christ from it and spreading it throughout the world. To this end, he enlisted the aid of men and women who would have been content to become nothing more than pilgrims, and before long he had convinced a group of 300 strong to journey to Jerusalem to remain for as long as needed. It was there that he discovered that the word of the Lord indeed needed foot messengers. After spending some time at the monastic community, his band of followers traveled extensively, returning after preaching the word with more and more converts. There was safety in numbers, and the band found little or no resistance in areas hostile to solitary preachers. After several years, Constantine went to the seaport of Jaffa, where he and his group of 300 crammed into a ship bound for Cyprus. There he hoped to have the same success that he had on the mainland. The overcrowded vessel encountered heavy seas, and with mountainous waves crashing into the hull threatened to swamp the craft. The leader of this hardy band looked skyward into the blinding rain and prayed to the Lord for deliverance. The seas very soon thereafter were calm, and if there were any incident of life of Constantine in which he was the instrument of the Lord in the working of a miracle, it was during the passage to Cyprus. After landing on the island, Constantine and his small army of pilgrims went from village to village like soldiers of Christ, at last making their headquarters in the city of Trachias. Some of the villages they visited had fewer residents than his army, so his followers were divided into much smaller groups, which ventured into the remotest corners of the island, where few, if any, had ever challenged the power of the pagan gods. In a few months, the entire island had been covered with these energetic missionaries, but the safety and numbers which had protected them vanished with the vengeful persecutions wreaked upon them by the ruler of the island named Sivinos. He commanded his garrison to take every Christian missionary into custody for trial on grounds of treason and invasion. With his army scattered to the hills to elude capture, Constantine and 3 of his top aides remained in Trachias, where they were captured and sentenced to death after a brief trial. Constantine and his companions were beheaded in the public square, but others were allowed to remove the remains for burial. They were laid to rest in a town called Hormidias, in a burial site that yielded a spring from the earth whose waters were found to have miraculous healing powers. From this divine manifestation, the martyr came to be known as Constantine the Miracle Worker, who is commemorated today. God bless you. We're here for you. We love you dearly. Don't hesitate to reach out, call us, email us, leave us a message on social media. If you'd like to support this ministry, remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Again, God bless you and have a beautiful rest of your day.